I'll be there in a second. Sorry, I just need to use the bathroom real quick, and then I will be good to go. Hey, what the? It's a mic that isn't properly adjusted. 1 second. And some loud heckin' music. Alright, hey, it's Poisson Variance, your mathematical maestro, and your LaTeX linguist. Okay. So, how is everybody doing today? I should say hi to everyone. Let me turn down this music a bit. Hey Kikado, hey Calcium. Hey RTM. Hey Calcium again, hey Ava. Hey Tyler, hey Jay. We're like this on invariance. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you stub your toe, Cal. Alright. And I also just changed into shorts because it is really hot and I am dying of the heat. How is everybody doing today? And how are you all feeling now that I have effectively... I have killed the variety streamer known as Aleph Mew? And upon destroying him in a Mortal Kombat, where he actually had the statistical chance of winning, but he refused to calculate it. So I calculated it, chose 5. 5 was number 1, and I won. So now that I have officially destroyed him, and did I eat the body? I did eat the body. Yes, that's a key factor. Hi, Locke. Exactly, I'll hail our fish dictator, our fish-tater. Much like a type of French fry, but a fish. Rip the math boy. Well, he is now absorbed into me. What did he taste like? Well, his name is Muselnut, so he tasted like hazelnuts. So, I have absorbed his audience. I have permanently absorbed his audience, and he will try to return at the start of August, and he will find that his Discord no longer exists. In fact, the first thing I did when I gained power is posted a gif of Homelander landing in his Discord. That's right. Yummers. He was tasty. Yummers. But in celebration of this, ban Aleph. I don't need to. He's been consumed. We don't ban Aleph. We just ate Aleph. Ate Mubert. Ate old Albert Mubert. I like the fact that I'm trying to fix my tracking. Everyone calls him Aleph or Aleph. But I'm the only one who calls him Mew, and that means I'm also the only one who calls him Mewbert, and so I have to like, I'll be like Mew, and then I'm like, Aleph is what we're talking about. Didn't know the detail that you eat your friends. Should I be worried? Just beat me in chess and you'll survive. Anyways, you should solve problems that people donate. All right. Yeah. I don't have Twitch subs. I don't have Mew is this. Mew is the sound the cows make. I think you're thinking of moo, but yeah. Maybe some very mathematical cows. What if we all start calling him Null? You only need to be worried if you cross the dictator? Correct. You made one stream and you're eating people, SMH. Well, to be fair, I took over on his stream. It was on his goodbye, like birthday hiatus stream. The people voted against me and Mew, I won, and then the people voted against me and Z, I won, then the people voted against me and Nep, and I won. So I've kind of taken over not only his channel, but I actually own a chunk of V Theorem now. I own V Theorem stocks, as in both Nep and Z are now subsets of me. I've eaten Mew, and that means I've also eaten Nep, and I've eaten Z. I am now John V Theorem. Exactly. I'm not even in V Theorem, and yet I own a chunk of V Theorem. I have absorbed them. I can't actually have subscribers yet. Actually, fun fact. I am actually very close to reaching subscribers. If this stream, I believe, it gets an average of 3 viewers throughout the entire stream on Twitch, then I will be able to hit affiliate, I will be able to have channel points, and I will be able to have subscribers. So if you want to help out a toothpaste fish, just lurk in Twitch chat, at least 3 of you. and then I can start demanding people's money. Because that's the only reason to help people, is if you get money out of it. How can you not have subscribers when I've subscribed on YouTube? Ooh, you're right. I do have subscribers. I have those types of subscribers. Oh, sorry. Okay. A compiler for the AND file from my calculator. Ooh. I feel like this music's really loud. How's the music for you guys? Does it feel a bit loud? Let me know. Because on my end, it feels weirdly loud, even though I have it turned down a lot. Oh, but so a few announcements. Tyler, you moved over. Membership watch time requirement, so I did dual stream again to make ends meet. I literally did. I literally do. Music is very liminal space. It's actually Shin Megami Tensei 4, which is set kind of in a space underneath the world when Tokyo is underground. Anyways, it's a whole other bag of worms, except when you're in the part where Tokyo's exploded. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, a few different announcements. So next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, I have a very, very, very exciting collab. You're lurking, but like 50% share your shadow band here, so don't worry, I'm sure it'll count. I appreciate it, Jay. Next Friday, I have a very exciting collab. I we don't have all the logistics worked out yet, but when we work out all the logistics, I'll let you know, which will probably be like Monday. So yeah, on like Monday, I'll post something about the collab. And I'm really hoping you guys come to it because it's very cool and I'm very excited about it and it's some really cool people. But yeah, so look forward to that next week. But that's next week. And then thinking about other announcements, probably like early July. I'd say about early July, I have another outfit coming. This one I'm very excited for. And I'm trying to think of a hint I could give about the outfit without spoiling it. I'll just wait. I'll just wait until release a little trailer about it. Once the outfit's done, I'll make something, and then with the outfit, there will be another thing coming that is paired with the outfit that I'm very excited about. But that's all we have going so far. And then this Friday we have another morning math, but our Mubert is gone, so on a scale from naked to closed mountain, where is it? It's clothed. The only thing it shows off is the arms. Everything else is covered though. Yeah, it even has gloves, but it's like the I guess like kind of from the shoulder down to the gloves is exposed. How scandalous, I know. Bummer. Yeah, the two different reactions. How scandalous, and dang it. Hold on. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of bots joining in. So if any of you are in Nep's Discord, you'll see that oh wait, no, that was the other day. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who? I have no idea what that is. I got tagged in something in Nep's Discord about a fish. I'm very confused. Well, I'm not that confused. I get it, but bots equals viewers. Exactly. Old model on YouTube, a lot less toothpaste. Yeah, so that model was actually free, and then I changed up the colors on it, and then I got my own. But today, we're doing something simple but fun. Bomba. Simple but fun. I'm probably not going to do anything too difficult with it. But, so something that we would do at work is we would... something that we... Sorry, my partner just mentioned. Bomba. Just everything explodes. Oh, something that we would do at work is when we had downtime. This was before I worked there. Okay, so this is something... Nothing would happen with Nep's Discord. Don't worry. Extremely wasted and solve math problems. There is a new wine I got that's really tasty that I the other night was drinking. When Mew was streaming, I was drinking a little bit and maybe got a little bit emotional and silly and almost cried on call with him. But something we would do before I worked at the place I work, something they would do, is when there was downtime, the supervisor would be like, hey, you guys should try and derive the trigonometric formulas. And they were allowed to have a few to start, and then from there they would have to figure out how to derive the rest. And I've made a short on this before, and I've actually made a video on this before, like a year or more ago. It's one of the first videos I ever made. But I figured doing it live is a lot more fun, because I don't remember any of these. I just remember the things we're allowed to start with for deriving. So, let me get that all set up. And then once that's all set up, let me switch over to Baldur's Gate music. Baldur's Gate is a lot calmer. Screen. What should I call, now that we're on the topic of getting my bits up, or my bits, my not bits, what's the word, my channel points. What should I call my channel points? I was thinking of just calling them like data points or something. Maybe polynomials. You guys accrue polynomials. Maybe just functions, and then you can spend them. I don't know. Do you guys have any ideas on that? Polynomials feels good. I could also do like metric balls. But I feel like most people would see that and be like, ha 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 ha. Ooh, inputs. Inputs? Poisson dollars. I like Poisson dollars. Not very applicable, but I do like inputs. Values are even another one. You guys earn inputs and then you can spend them. Oh my god. Right now Zero's messaging me trying to be like, how did you make those smoothies? Because Zero would love the smoothies I make. Alright, hold on. I need to adjust my stuff. I also need to finally get you guys I need to get you guys on stream, like as a little variable mascot. I need to find somewhere to put them. How do I make them? Hit band. Well, what was it? So you do a little bit of, so you do ice, of course, and then you do, so what is it? It was ice, a little bit of like vanilla protein powder, then depends on really what I had in the fridge. Like it was banana, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, spinach, pistachios, of course some milk. I don't remember if I already said that one. And then yeah, you just blend it up into smoothie form, and guess what? It tastes, it's a very tasty. It's very, very tasty. Let's see, I'm pretty sure it likes this game capture better. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. No, you don't actually add any sugar or any spice really, but is that what I did with Aleph? Yeah, he did. Mew in fact did get blend. Well, so Mew was a big fan of Blender, and so I introduced him to an even better blender, and now he's in my tummy. All right, let me relay everything that I write to Zero. So ice, milk, banana, berries of various varieties, pistachios, vanilla protein powder, spinach. It was mainly made with whatever fruits and veggies we had in the fridge that day. Alright. What's this absolute gem you've come across? You've come across a toothpaste man who yells at you on his computer. I hate that you wrote that back to me. Ice, milk, banana, berries of various varieties, pistachios, vanilla protein powder, spinach. That's right. Now you guys can make my signature shake. I don't know. All right. So the pieces that we get to start with, let me actually, do you use yourself to brush your teeth? That's a statement. I know that's not okay. No, no. You just thought of a horrible thing to say. I'm not going to say it. What do we call this wonderful creation? The smoothie. To answer the question, Poisson. Oh, wait, wrong one. No. Anyways. Right, so the things we're allowed to start with for this. I'm going to grab my textbook in a minute so I can have a list of the ones that we're trying to derive. So we're allowed to start with sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. We're also allowed to start with tan squared... Wait, I didn't need that one? No, that one I can derive. Oh, that's one. You said smart. You are so smart. The other thing we're allowed to start with, you know, we have our usual, you know, relations like sine theta is equal to 1 over cosecant theta, that kind of stuff. That's all fine. Which were inherently. By the way, did you also meet Mu Sol, or was it purely secular cannibalism? This canon? Did I canonically eat Aleph Mu now? Maybe. The other one we're allowed to start with is sine alpha plus beta and cosine alpha plus beta. From these three, I should be able to derive everything else. And I don't remember how to do most of these. Some of these are... Where did I get the protein powder? Costco brand. No clue. BCA derp 2. Oh, got my hefty text. Oh, thank you for the sub 100. You are now a variable. You can be added to any equation now. And get yelled at about toothpaste or fish or something. Alright, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm flipping to my part in the book that has all the trig formulas so I can know what I'm trying to actually derive. Alright. Hi, Kami. Welcome. Did I have emotes? Oh yeah, I have a few. I know I need to make more. I need to get more. All right, so yeah, sine alpha cosine beta plus cosine alpha sine beta, and then the other one here is a cosine cosine minus a sine sine beta. If I recall that correctly, yes. All right, so these three should give us all the power we need. Beta, you mean that guy Poisson? Why does everyone assume that? Why does everyone assume that? Did I actually drink before deriving? I have V8. Does that count? Alpha's for Aleph in it? Well, guess what? The beta ate the alpha, so... I'm drinking V8 and water because it's a very hot day and I'm staying hydrated and healthy. I love V8. That's actually a good point. RT, I'm pretty sure that one comes into play too. The even and odd properties of sine and cosine. Do that as theta. Theta. And then cosine negative theta equals... Yeah, I think that one comes into play as well. I'm glad you pointed that out. All right, so let's start with... Let's just start one. What color do you guys want me to work in? You may not actively participate in chat at 3 in the morning. That's totally fine. Lurk away, my boy. Green, okay. Let me see if the screen is too bright. Is that green bright enough? Sorry, Apu answered first. We'll switch it up as we work. Don't worry, we do have blue, and we also do have cyan. That one's a bit tough to see, but we'll start with green. So let's start with so I don't have consistent. I don't have that good of things. Let's start by messing around with some stuff. Sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. Let's start off with a really simple one. Let's divide everything on both sides by cosine squared. That gives us, drum roll please, a ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. What's sine over cosine? Gives us a tangent squared theta. Plus cosine squared over itself gives us 1 is equal to 1 over voice crack. 1 over secant squared gets, or 1 over cosine squared gets us secant squared. Easy one. Easy starting point. What I'm actually going to do real quick, I'm going to throw these onto, so I'm going to screenshot this real quick. Screenshot. Nope. No one remember you saw any of that. It wasn't anything bad, it was just spoilers. Like, it had the thumbnail for my upcoming video on there. Let me add a freaking photo. Browse photos. Okay, 1 second. Don't worry about it. Take screenshot. Save image. No, not my next 30 moves. I didn't even make that many moves. Okay. I'm just gonna throw this on the screen. Close that. And all right, you guys are allowed to see my screen again. Save. Ugh, I'm very burpy today. Sorry. All right, we're gonna drop this just like right on top here. Just so we have it. Make sure that this is still actually live. It is not. Explode, explodes back. Counter explosions? Explosion. Oh, cool. It blocks that out, so I can't get my IP address doxed. That's cool. Yeah, alright. So from that, we've been able to prove that first one. Relatively simple. Well, since we've... And by the way, anytime we prove something, we're allowed to use it in future proofs. That way, we can save time. You're always thinking 5 moves ahead, but they're usually wrong moves, so in practice, it doesn't change much. The fact that you're thinking ahead is good. IP address, you know where IP. I'm gonna... How do I answer that? Do I say yes for the bit? Or do I just pretend it didn't happen? But yeah, so now we're just gonna do another easy one. Tangent plus 1 equals secant squared theta Guess what? If we divide everything by tangent theta, we get another easy one. One plus cotangent squared theta equals, oops. We're far past pretending it didn't happen. Guys, nothing happened. It's fine. I promise you, it's fine. Pretend the joke did not happen. Anyways, secant squared theta over tan theta, tan squared theta, is actually the same as 1 over cosine squared theta times cosine squared theta over sine squared theta. Our cosines cancel out, which means that we're left with, scroll up, 1 plus cotangent. I need a bigger iPad. This one is really hard to write on. Cosecant squared theta. Yay! We got another one! So those are some relatively simple ones. But now, guys, the dictator spoke, and I fear if you press it, you'll end up on the wrong side of a blender. Not the wrong side of a blender, the wrong, orifice of a blender. I don't know. I gotta have Mew when he gets back. Wait, he's not coming back. When I vomit up Mew eventually, is that gonna be the lore? Is that gonna be the lore? Hold on a minute. Does Mew come back when I Yoshi, like no, not Yoshi, Piccolo, where he's like and vomits out a kid? Is that what's gonna happen to Mew? Can someone get art of that? I've said too much. So next, we're gonna do another relatively easy one. Let's tackle the double angle identities. Oh my god, does he need a slime model for his return? Oh, slimy Mew where he like is just like blue goo that has to like solidify. Why am I getting so excited about this? This is not, it's not normal to get this excited about vomiting out your friend. Trust me guys, I'm normal. So let's go ahead and use, what else? Let's switch over to blue. So we have sine of alpha plus beta is equal to sine alpha cosine beta plus cosine of alpha sine of beta. Hubert's the slime on the starting screen. No, that's you guys. You guys are the variables. Hey Fish, can you say, hey Bear, I hope you're doing I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing really well. That's actually you guys though, the variables. I need to get an official thing with to get you guys on screen. I need to get like make a little variable that just like blobs next to me. Just like vibes on screen. Oh, you know what I should do? I should talk to Urika about getting one. Thanks Fish. I know you can only stop, or Bear, I know you can only stop by for a little bit, but thank you. You can take over super variable 3. I'm glad you remember super variable 3. Super variable 3 already exists. Wait. Okay, remember how I said, have a great stream. Could do the variable for the sub badge. Ooh. That's not a bad idea. Thanks, Bear. See ya. Alright, I have an idea. Different colored ones. That would be fun. Yeah, you guys get to upgrade the tier list as you become a variable, then a super variable, then a super variable 2. And then my mods can be super variable 3. Why is the stream making you sleepy? Probably because the Baldur's Gate 3 music and it's doing math. Put those two together, you're bound to pass out. Alright, so if we go ahead and let alpha equal beta, then I'm going to put this up here, over here, yep. If we let alpha equal beta, then we have sine of 2 alpha. I said 2 alpha and wrote 1. 2 alpha, which then becomes sine of alpha cosine of alpha plus cosine of alpha sine of alpha, which, guess what? 2 sine, right down here. 2 sine alpha cosine alpha. Another easy one. Blame the BG3 music. It's definitely not because it's past 3 AM. It could be both. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Another relatively simple one. All right, I have a hint. I just thought of a hint. So remember when the super variable remember when the super variable took over my stream back in April? Well, so part of the problem was that I have a whole column just for bees. I do. This is the last good stream. Well, fun fact about that is, I'm gonna do this actually. That's how I can do that. Well, fun fact about that. Part of the reason why I lost was because, well, so part of the reason I lost was that I couldn't stop super variable 3. Super variable 3 is incredibly powerful. We've seen this, you know, they beat me up, they threw me in a dumpster, and then they took over stream. The thing is, the super variable can only stay in the form of super variable 3 for a limited time. I dropped my pencil. So, I had to come up with something to combat super variable 3 when they inevitably come back for me. So my upcoming outfit will be able to compete with super variable 3, is what I'll say. What's this crazy power scaling? Oh, hey, bye! The lore is getting pretty intense. Yeah, you guys weren't there for the April Fool stream, but on the April stream, yeah. Does super variable 3 lose eyebrows? No. Hope it's a magical girl outfit or a mech suit. You know what's crazy? Neither of those are technically super far off. No, super variable 3 has their eyebrows. Although the regular, funny enough, actually, it's the reverse. Super variable and super variable 1, or super variable 1 and 2 both don't have eyebrows. Super variable 3 gets eyebrows. Alright, what was I doing? Alright, we want to try and get to the, we're going to mess with this one now. If we, starting from this, we start out with cosine alpha, cosine beta, minus sine alpha, sine beta. I think Jay is the only one who picked up what I meant, though. Always thought magical girls would improve their effectiveness through the use of military force. Glad you had the same idea. Of course. Of course. Listen, to quote, what is it? Crap, what's the show? Hyperdimension Neptunia. Yeah, they saved the day with the power of friendship and magic and probably lasers. That's the type of mentality you need going in. All right, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to set alpha equal to beta. Cosine of 2 alpha. Then becomes cosine alpha minus sine alpha sine alpha, which, as you should be able to see, is cosine squared alpha minus sine squared alpha, which is another one. However, cosine of 2 theta... Did Nep show up? Nep didn't show up, but did Nep show up somewhere? Or is this Nep trying to get military force? Oh, Neptunia. Oh, that type of Nep. I was... We gotta introduce Nep to Hyperdimension Neptunia. It's been so long since I thought about Hyperdimension Neptunia, I don't think I want to rewatch it, but it was fun. Yeah, I only watched like half the episodes of one of them. It was funny. I don't think it's for me, but Calcium is summoning Nep. Oh. Hey, Fembox. But no, so... like, Hyperdimension Neptunia, the English dub has a lot of really funny lines. It's not quite ghost stories nonsense, but it's a similar thing where it feels like they're just trying to do their own thing. It's very anime, that's a way to put it. It's the Neptunia clip from one of the games. Although that's how I know about it. Well, so there's great lines where they run up and they see a sign that's just like a regular old wooden sign, and Nep is like, "Oh my god, it's the legendary sign that you can only read from one side." And then her sister goes, "That's every sign." And there's an episode that ends with the character going, "Yeah, there's a higher chance of somebody falling directly out of the upper atmosphere and crashing directly into me than there is to me admitting that." And then you just hear someone screaming, and she just turns and looks to the space, and then just someone flies out of space and crashes directly into her, and the episode ends. It's very goofy. It's very nonsense. Did I ever finish it? No. Because yes, it is very anime, to put it a certain way. It's very anime in the same way that a lot of VTubers are very anime. If you catch my drift. I was trying to wink. It didn't register, but I wunk. So anyways, we have though great Yuri potential. Let's work at cosine 3 alpha. Terrifying. Well, first thing I want to do real quick is just show that this cosine of squared theta, cosine squared, or alpha minus sine squared alpha. Well, I'm just going, cosine 3 alpha, we could just rewrite as cosine theta. That's the trick to all of this. You can just rewrite everything, because of your rule. That's something I love about Trig that people don't realize. They'll panic when they'll see something like that, cosine 2t. And it's like, well, this, you just write as theta, and then anything that you would normally do with cosine theta, you can get away with it. It's like a common thing to see in early Trig classes, is that people don't realize that it's like, no, theta is just a placeholder for, it's a variable. It's a placeholder for stuff. Anyways, so something we want to do is that recognize that sine squared theta, if you remember, so plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. So sine squared theta is equal to 1 minus cosine squared theta. Sounds reasonable. So if I were to then do cosine squared alpha minus 1 minus cosine squared alpha by replacing that sine theta, we get 2 cosine squared theta minus 1, which guess what is another 1. The real theta was the variables we met along the way. You guys are all thetas now? I had no idea you were all Greek. So what the One Piece is. The One Piece is just a trig identity. Subsequently from that, it is not a man, my model is being limited. There we go. So subsequently from that, it's not a crazy leap to then get from here to our last cosine double angle. Right? So from our cosine double angle, which is also actually a really easy way to get to our cosine half angles, which we'll get to in a second. Is Mew giving you indigestion? That's why I'm staggering out. Yes, I think so. I think he's attacking me. I don't think he was fully digested, so he's actively attacking me from the inside. There's some absolutely horrifying lore implications there. I don't even have VTuber lore, but if I did, they would be horrifying as a result. Alright, I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to change this color to show that's kind of an aside. We're going to make the orange. But the other one we want to do now is we want to subsequently, so if we have that cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta, I'm saying theta, but I'm writing alpha. Lore's already horrifying, but to be fair, it's more Zach's lore, and you just happen to be there on occasion. Absolutely. I need to expand the Zach lore more. It's terrifying. The hyperdimensional creatures who destroy the world, and I'm just like, there, nearby. I don't think Mew has any lore. I'm gonna make Mew write lore just so he can be included in it. But now cosine squared alpha minus sine squared alpha. Now we do the same thing we did previously, but this time, as an our side, cosine squared theta equals 1 minus sine squared theta. Which, if we return over here, if 1 minus sine squared theta, or alpha minus sine squared alpha, you need a funny companion. I mean, you guys are kind of a bunch of goofballs already. Throwing it out there. Boom. And that's our last cosine double angle. But now, we need to make our tangent. One of my alphas became thetaized. Did it? Wait, where? Oh my god. Wait a minute. Is that a poison mouse? Wait a minute. Poisson. Do I follow? Wait, hold on a minute. Weird question, mouse. Weird question. Are we friends on like my Oshi? Are we friends on my Oshi? I haven't gone on there in forever, but now I'm curious. Because I feel like I've seen your name before there. Now I have to go on my Oshi for the first time in forever, as much as my model legs out. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. Anyways. Nope, what's my Oshi? Oh, never mind then. Maybe I'm thinking to someone else. There was someone who I was friends with on my Oshi, which is like a VTuber MySpace, VTuber exclusive MySpace kind of. You guys didn't hear it from me. No, it's public. It's just you can't access it unless you're invited. Anyways, yes. This one is for Mouse. Anyways, welcome, Mouse. Nice to meet you. Thought you were someone else. Okay, this is a horrible looking orange. It looks so much better on my iPad than it does on screen. I'm sorry, everyone. And turn that into alpha. There we go. Oh, you guys can't even see it because it needs to refresh again. Haha. You're a cute mouse. I call myself a cute fish or a cute toothpaste. But I actually introduced myself to someone the other day. I was like, oh yeah, I'm Poisson. I'm Poisson invariance. You can also call me Poisson. Some people call me Poisson. Some people call me fish. Some people call me math fish. Some people call me toothpaste. So Poisson isn't fish. Actually, no, but you know. Should we be drinking and deriving? It's 3 p.m. Toothpaste? Yeah, because I look like a tube of toothpaste. As you may be able to tell from the visual. It's 11 p.m. Yeah, it's 5 p.m. somewhere. Time to commit alcoholism. Have I ever introduced myself as the toothpaste swing? I've not yet. I think it's because people... There's a certain connotation. There's a certain connotation if you say stuff like twink. That's... Hold a minute. So there's a certain connotation if you say stuff like twink. That, for example, our good friend who I ate, Albert Mew... Well, he assumed when he first met me, you know, he saw me on Twitter. We actually first met each other on Twitter, and he like liked one of my posts. You're not used to VTubers. That's fine. They're a mess and a half. I promise I'm a regular one though. He has 3. He has perfect time to drinking. You get a whole 7 hours right after school. So our good friend Aleph Mew, when he first met me, assumed that I was likely posting... Here, I'm actually gonna write this something else. He assumed that I likely posted content on a different website. Let phi equal 2 theta. So if we do sine of 2 theta over cosine of 2 theta, then we can start to rewrite this. But yeah, he just automatically assumed that he's like, because whenever you look at other things, that's the one reason I stopped like saying femboy and whatnot, is you get those tags and then people assume that you're doing things on certain websites. Yeah, different website. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what different website. One with a lot of fans. Yeah, but he assumed I was. And then when we got to know each other, he realized I wasn't when he would say stuff and I would go, what does that mean? And then he'd be like, okay, so it's this unsay-so thing. Only mice? Yes! Are they the only ones? They might be, but yeah, exactly. So he assumed I had something like that going on, which I don't. I've never done that, and I have no plans to do that. Not my thing. But yeah. So that's the problem with the like specific tags. My all is only tans. Yeah, I have my only tans account, which is just trig functions. But he... yeah, so that's why I kind of have... I don't use it much. Like, if someone asks, I generally be like, they're like, oh my god, femboy VTuber, and I'm like, yeah. I don't advertise as such. Like, it's not even in my tags anymore, I don't think. Only Electric fans. I have 2 going in my room right now, because it's hot! And I don't advertise as the twink thing. If someone says it, I'm like, yeah. Yeah. That's fine, but... No. I'm not gonna like sell it because it gives off the wrong connotation. Like, being a VTuber enough has its own connotations. So trying to work through that is its own struggle. You've seen so many tags. Yeah. There's a lot. And I want to say no make the tag only math. Oh my god, I've been needing a fan tag. All right, guys, go on Twitter and post things about me with hashtag only tans. I can't believe I hadn't done that. Go post things about me with hashtag only tans. Assuming that's not taken. Someone check if that's taken for me. Someone check if that's something that already exists. If it doesn't already exist, I'm stealing it. If it already exists, then I've missed my opportunity. Someone check Twitter for me on that, though, please. Cosine. Alright, 2 theta. So let's go ahead... Let's do it. Don't use Twitter. You guys are smart then. Twitter isn't for mice. Yeah, the birds tend to get them. So how do we want to rewrite our cosine to theta? We have a few different options. But the main thing is... Might need to do something tricky. Let's just throw something in and see what happens. 2 cosine theta. So that's squared minus 1. Ooh, I don't like that. I do not like that. But maybe we can do that weird thing. Let's try out some stuff. I'm gonna try and... How do I want to do this? Because what we want on top... That's what I should think about. We want 2 tan theta on top. Which means I want the bottom to be divided by... what? I want the bottom to be divided by cosine squared. To get that to be the case. So I was on the right track, I think? You fear only tans is in use. It seems the tanning community might have a hold on only tans. That makes sense. You know what? That one makes sense. I need a tag though. I don't have one. Mainly because I didn't set this up beforehand and then put it into proper use. I've just kind of been doing things as I've been doing them, and now we're a year and a half down the line, and here I am. I need ideas. I need ideas. Like, one that I love is Rie Marine. She's a math PhD VTuber. Has that Marchive. Like, oh my god, that's genius. I love that. I need something like that. That level of creativity, because that's beautiful. Alright, what was I doing? Oh, wait. Let's just try stuff. Only but come on, I'm not hyperbolic. I'm very literal, okay? Nobody else is as unhyperbolic as me. Like, okay. Like, I want everybody to be posting about it. John? Who? John V Theorem? John V Tuber? John V Tubers are in Penrose too. I keep getting distracted, so I keep forgetting to... Alright, so we're going to try this one. 2 cosine squared theta. No, we're not going to do that one. You know why? Because the 2's will cancel out. So that's a sign that maybe you want to do CO2. We want to do CO2. Cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. Guys, I think I'm doing it. I think I'm successfully stealing Muse viewers. I'm excited. Someone remind me at the end of the stream, whenever it does end, I have to remember to rate someone. I keep forgetting to do that. Woo! Exactly. You get an exponential drama. Alright, Oh! I have an idea. What about... I need to do something with this. Because you know how this is... So this is my... Kind of like my symbol is delta var phi. I need to do something... that's like feedback. So it's like if people want to leave reviews, they're given feedback. I need to do something with that. I don't know what yet, but something. That doesn't feel like a great tag, but something in that I could do. Something with delta and something with fee or var fee. All right. All right, so I want to tackle this. 2 sine theta cosine theta. My iPad's starting to overheat. Woohoo! If can I break this down into anything a bit friendlier? Anything a bit friendlier. Can I do that? Oh, if I do a 1 plus that over 2. Maybe if I derive a half angle identity first. So if I were to derive a half angle identity under a different color, of course. Cosine 2 theta over 2. Yeah, but I still have the cosine of... Doesn't get me anywhere. That's easy to derive. That's just taking that and then rearranging it. Okay, that one's easy. What are we trying to prove here? Oh, I'm deriving all of the trig identities. So you can derive all traits from the ones we have on the screen at the bottom. You're able to derive every other trig identity. And right now I'm trying to do tan of 2 theta. And it might be staring me right in the face and I'm just missing it. Oh, still purple. What do we do? Oh, that's why. That's why. Don't bother with it. Maybe? I think I shouldn't bother with that one. I think what I should do instead of trying it to do through that, let's switch back over to green real quick. Sine of alpha plus beta over cosine. For whatever reason, so this is the same thing. I don't know why I'm thinking this might be easier. All trig identities and complex exponential identities usually helps me when I forget. Oh, that's an idea of way of doing it. So this is the same thing, but for whatever reason, I'm like, why does my brain think this might be easier to work with? Also, I am overheating like crazy. Holy heck. Jesus. It is so hot here. Compared to the rest of the world? No, but compared to where I live? Yes. So this is the same thing, but I'm like, no, that's not gonna make life any easier. It might. It might. Sine alpha cosine beta plus sine or cosine alpha sine sine. Compared to the rest of the world, I am burning. Bye, Raylar. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you had fun. And then cosine alpha plus beta, we get cosine alpha cosine beta minus... That's what it is. I think I think it's like if you divide... I seem to remember this one. It's night right now. Dang. I know for me it's the afternoon, and yet I feel like I'm boiling. So it's really hot today, and then tomorrow it's supposed to cool off like crazy. It was really hot yesterday, it's supposed to be really hot tomorrow. how can we do some stuff here? If we divide... Oh! That's it. Divide everything on both sides, or everything on top and bottom. Go ahead and multiply everything on top and bottom by... Watch. That's how you do it. I remember now. I remember doing this one. Okay, I'm gonna write down a million steps because I'm a mathematician, and that's what I do. I'm not an applied mathematician, though, so I try and do stuff that actually matters. Yu's not here to defend himself. I heard he was eaten. I don't know what happened. So, if we multiply this... everything on both sides, or on top and bottom, by 1 over cosine alpha, cosine beta. And the reason I'm writing it like this is just for a bit of clarity. In theory, this, or in reality, this would be, am I a math major? Yeah, I'm an applied math grad student. I'm an applied mathematician. Very exciting. Seem familiar? Yes. Dang, how much did Zero spend on the protein powder? Zero went and she bought all the smoothie stuff I told her about. That's cute. I love her. So now our individual terms can divide out. Watch. So we cancel here. So this stuff all gets canceled with that. This doesn't get canceled. This gets canceled, and that gets canceled. So, I'm actually going to rewrite how I do that. No, I'm not going to write those out entirely. So cancel, cancel, cancel. That leaves us with... sine alpha over cosine alpha plus sine beta over cosine beta over 1 minus sine alpha sine beta, my handwriting's so good, over... So one of the reasons why is that my iPad overheats very easily, and so my hand is actually starting to like sting when I put it on it. I will survive. I will survive, I promise. I'm gonna go until I'll do a few more, and then just until probably till like the hour-and-a-half mark. Just I'll see how long my iPad lasts without literally singeing my hands off. It's my first solo stream in a while. Honestly, it's nice to... I had so many back-to-back collabs, which were fun. It was just like, I missed you guys. I missed this one-on-one time. That's how we would classify this, right? One-on-one time. I missed this 1-on-7 time, 1-on-11 time. I don't know how many viewers I have. This one-on group time, whatever it is. I missed it though. 1 minus tangent alpha tangent beta, which this I'm gonna is this. And so then if we go ahead and just let alpha equal beta 1 on 1 plus 1 plus 1, yeah, my 1 on infinite sum time. So then if we do this one's pretty easy to just do a tangent 2 theta, which is equal to 2 tan theta over 1 plus tangent squared theta. Which is another one. Sweet. So that covers... They're actually all not so bad. Yeah, so that covers all the double angles we've done. We've done the addition ones. I'm not going to bother doing the subtraction ones, because guess what? The subtraction ones, you literally just switch the symbol and it's valid, because that's basic negative numbers in action. The other ones we have to do, though, are the half-angle identities. It's weird. Collabs... I've never collabed to the extent that I collabed to recently, and so it was very interesting to suddenly not go from having a collab, you know, once every few months, to then having like 4 back-to-back. Half angle, you can do that? Yeah. Yeah, so if we start out with, I'll just start from here. So cosine of, cosine squared theta the way we can do it is take the double angle. So let's actually do that, yeah. Cosine of 2 theta is equal to, we established earlier, cosine 2 cosine squared theta minus 1. We established this earlier. But, something to notice. If we let theta equal, you know, alpha over 2, then we can rewrite this as cosine of alpha equals cosine, or 2 cosine squared of alpha over 2 minus 1. So, if we want to know what that is, how to solve for that one with the alpha over 2, it's just a simple case of doing some algebra. Go ahead and add 1 to both sides and then divide by 2. Cosine squared of theta over 2 equals cosine of alpha minus or plus 1 over 2. Generally, this gets written as 1 plus cosine alpha, so I guess we'll do that. For the sake of textbooks around the world and math purists. Then, you just take your square root. I can write. This happened to me when I was doing vector calculus earlier. It kept turning the square roots I tried to make into arcs because I would not draw them straight enough. 1 plus cosine alpha over 2. There's your half angle formula for cosine. Hydration. That looked like a log. Well, actually, funny enough, that's actually really funny. When I'm trying to write the square root, well, now it's a check mark. It approves. It approves of my square root. But now, let's go ahead and do the sine one. Sine of 2 theta, we showed off was the Nike logo. Hashtag ad. Hashtag sponsored. Hashtag math Nike. An algorithm for pi that continuously divides the angle by 2 until you're satisfied, and use the final tiny angle to calculate the area of 2 and 2 to the n-agon using the cosine a over 2 and sine a over 2 formulas. That's very cool. Continuously divides the angle by 2. That's really funny. That sounds like such an inefficient way to do it. I don't know how it runs. It sounds inefficient to just continuous division, but I don't know. Maybe it works great. Maybe what's the big O on that? I'm curious. What's the big O on that? We're going to do the same thing here, where we're going to say that theta is equal to alpha over 2. Then we get sine of alpha equals 2 sine theta over 2 cosine 2. We don't actually want to use this one. No, we don't want to use that one at all. Instead, we actually want to use a different relation. we're actually going to start from here again. Equals 1, except we're going to start with the sine version, because the important thing is this term right here. So we just have to have a sine of theta in there, because theta is going to equal alpha over 2. It's the only algorithm you made and actually converges quickly. Oh, it's the square roots. Oh, okay, then that actually probably runs pretty well. Or, you know, could be running worse. I'm curious. That's very cool. Well done, RT. RTM? I always call you RT, but I guess I should call you RTM. I don't know. Hi, La! How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. I hope you are doing well. Okay, sorry, we wanted to do that. Let's go ahead and rewrite this one now, as this just becomes cosine alpha equals 1 minus 2 sine squared of alpha over 2. And then we just start rearranging. So we get 2 sine squared alpha over 2 is equal to, we add that, we subtract that, 1 minus cosine of alpha. We divide both sides by 2 to get sine squared alpha over 2 equals 1 minus cosine alpha over 2. Take the square root of both sides. Sine of alpha over 2 is the square root of 1 minus cosine alpha over 2. And there we go. That's another one. And that is all. Your first time seeing a math VTuber? Fun fact, actually. Well, square roots are not better than division? Oh, you're right. They're not. Anyways, yes, first time seeing a math VTuber. Fun fact, there's actually a whole bunch of us out there. Not necessarily math, but lots of STEM VTubers. It is a growing niche. It's still not huge, but it is a whole field of educational SciComm edutainment VTubers who exist. There's a ton of them out there. I myself am one. Some of my friends include Aleph Mew, another pure mathematician VTuber, Syzygy Altair, or Syzygy Z Altair. She's an astrophysicist. Nepenthes. I don't think she has a last name. Nepenthes VT. Zundamon count as a VTuber? I don't know who that is. Let's look that up. Let's look up. What was that? Zundamon? But yeah, so it's becoming a larger thing. Zundamon's theorem. I have no idea who this is. Do they do like contest random creation? Oh. I didn't know about this person. But it seems like they have like sort of an avatar, and they do, I would say, maybe, I don't know. The what is and isn't a VTuber, people are in debate about constantly. It's this constant back and forth where it's like, well, if you only do this, then you're not a VTuber. If you post any IRL content, you're not a VTuber. But then people are like, well, if you post both mixture of IRL and VTubing content, sometimes you don't even have to stream. As long as you have a VTuber avatar and you tweet, you're a VTweeter. There's no, it's like generational gaps. There's no actual definition. There are definitions that a lot of people will go off of, but technically there's no actual formal definitions anywhere. It's whatever. It's really whatever. It comes down to whatever tag you VTubers are indeterminate for. Exactly. VTubers are an indeterminate form. Yes. Yeah, it really does come down to whatever you as the creator want to present yourself as. So it's up to you. The choice. Yeah. So I was gonna do more today, but post-work and with the heat, I'll admit, I am kind of burning up. And the trig ones are simple and fun. Here's my script for my most recent short. Yes, I do my scripts for my recent shorts. Anyways, sorry, I just started looking at my old notes. This whole doc is just called scratch work. It's like, it's 200 pages long. It's 195 pages long of just random scratch work. But since I am dying of the heat a little bit, I think I'm going to start winding it down. As I stick around and chat. Wow! Wow! Let's see. If there's anything else on my radar to talk about today. Like I said, it's my first solo stream in a while. I just had so many back-to-back collabs, which have been fun, don't get me wrong. I like all the people I collabed with, which is a good sign. They're all people I want to collab with again. I would say, well, of course, my boy Mewbert is gone. I've spent so much stream talking about Mew because I miss him so much. He hasn't even been gone a day. I talked to him today. We were DMing this morning. But this Friday, I do have a morning math, but it doesn't have Mew, so what will it have? Questions for later. But okay, I think I'm gonna call it here, just because I'm like, and with that, who should I rate? We are going to rate someone. Let's see who's currently, if anyone's doing math currently, anyone I follow. Let's see. Following, smaller size, same category. Who else is doing math? Only one other person is doing math. What about VTubers? What about category? What VTubers are live? Filter by tag. And VTuber. Do I end up playing before you end? Are Poisson for fish? People call me fish and I've come to accept it. It wasn't actually initially meant to be fish, but now it is. I'm following Zentreya. I'm not gonna raid Zentreya. Believe it or not. Do I play any games? I play some. Oh, Jin. Okay, we're gonna raid Jin. Wait a minute. I play some. I tend not to play a lot on stream, just because it can be I don't know. I just tend to have more fun when I'm doing the most fun I've ever had on streams is during these math streams. If I play games, it'll probably be with people, like Mahjong streams I do with people. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and raid Jin Himitsu. They're a pretty cool male VTuber I follow on the Twitters. Have a great day, Rip. Do you know who? Our raid message is math VTubers are real. Math VTubers are real. Here's our raid message. Math VTubers are real. There we go. But yeah, so I will send you all over there. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a stupendous day. I will see you later. And bye-bye.